Greetings. Welcome to the Power for Positive Living podcast. My name is James Huey. I facilitate Friendship's personal growth education services and also serve as host for these podcasts, offering openness and caring through the gifts of listening hospitality. I invite you to join me here on Friendship Podcast Radio as we explore diverse topics to enrich the quality of your life. Power for positive living and friendship. How many people in your world do you consider to be good listeners? How many of these same people would consider you to be a good listener? It is probably fair to say that most of us believe that the world is short of people who care to listen to us. It is rare for any of us not to have at least once complained in our lives that we are irritated or angry when a specific person chooses not to listen to us, especially since we usually have something important to say. Or at least we believe that we have something important to say. And it's irritating when someone else does not share that same perception. There are many ways to show others that we care for them and that we love them as family and friends. One of the most valued ways to me is when we convey this love and choose to give another person the gift of our time and energy to listening to them. I personally know of no other way for me to give the gift of listening without investing time and energy. It does take work. Because this gift of listening often appears so simplistic and often seems so easy to give, we often overlook its value in expressing our love for another. I believe when we decide to listen to someone, we also decide to give him or her a gift of human love. Lots has been written about the skills of active and passive listening. Is one method any better or more effective in conveying our caring than the other? Is one way easier for us to externally demonstrate that our listening is a gift of love? I personally believe that each of us chooses the specific qualities present in our own individual gift of loving another. When we choose to love another, we choose the specific ways and qualities that will be present in our gift. Active listening usually includes the exchange of words, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, etc. We use various methods to structure an atmosphere where people can freely express themselves. We ask questions not for the answers we want to hear, but to encourage another to seek a personal answer that will allow him or her to understand better their own self-image. With active listening, our comments are offered to encourage people to talk about themselves. We can offer statements that reflect our understanding of what is being said. We can offer these reflections in an effort to help the individual better clarify their responses. After all, they can decide how they wish to give us information if they better understand what we are hearing or what we have already heard. We can offer encouragement with statements like, "Tell me more about that," or "What was meant when you used this word?" Active listening is not about offering the answer or the way, or to speak with words like should or must. It is not giving directions to people, but active listening is about listening for the individual to seek and find the answer that fits them. With active listening, we can use eye contact and body posture to indicate that we are ready and really are listening to the person. We are not just sitting there waiting for them to finish their thoughts so that we can move on to what a lot of people would consider more important, what I have to say. I am always amazed at the number of people who give me cues visually that they are waiting for me to finish talking so they can get on to the important thing, and that is what they have to say. It is obvious, but I shall say it. For me, I do not text while I am listening. I do not drive while I am listening. I do not eat when I am listening. I seek to listen when I am listening. The way we choose to indicate our gift of listening to another depends on the traits of that individual. Just as we purchase gifts individually, rather than to try to purchase a gift where one gift fits all, our gift of listening should also be individualized. Individualized for the receiver of the gift of listening as well as for the giver. It helps if I can individualize my gift to you on what I believe fits me. It helps also in our communication if I pay attention to what would be helpful for you whenever I listen to you. Am I listening to what is important to you, or am I detracted or distracted by external noise, whether that be physical, emotional, social? Sometimes an individual prefers the gift of passive listening. With this form of listening, we usually rely more on nonverbal cues to indicate that we are present. We are actually here in the room, and our mind is not off on what we are going to do whenever we leave you. These cues are trying to indicate to you that we care and we are closely listening to what is being said. If we also enrich the gift, we can strive to hear what you are not saying and integrate that into our gift for you. Nonverbal cues can be offered by nodding of the head, smiling, leaning forward to be closer to the person, often offering such short phrases like, "Yeah, I see that," or being willing to sit in silence. This last one is really a challenge for so many people in our culture, to actually be with someone and to remain silent so that the person is not rushed, is not pressured to coming up with verbalizations just to fill in the silence. Giving the gift of silence is a gift. Passive listening is also focused on attempting to minimize the chance that our words can interfere with our gifts of listening. So once again, the nonverbal cues are there so that we can not let the words interfere with the total gift, the total package that we're offering through the gift of listening. Yes, there is active listening with more verbal exchanges. The challenge is to keep the focus on listening. Listening without competition, without competitive word games, or to slide into an activity like pastiming, where one uses words to do just that, pass time. One of the realities in our world is that most people think about me far less frequently than I do. I'm the only one who is with me 24 hours every single day. And yet sometimes that reality escapes me in that I think people are thinking about me far more frequently than they are. When I, James Huey, find a true listener who loves me by listening, I respond positively to that treasure. Sometimes I'm surprised, sometimes I'm actually amazed, but I always respond positively when that treasure is uncovered. And when I want to convey my love for another, I tell them what I am thinking of them before myself. I am sharing my focus on them My focus is not on me. My question that I ask, is listening still loving? Well, from the comments that I'm putting here today, you can see that I still believe, after all of these years and decades, that one of the most valuable gifts that I as a human being have to give to you or to anyone is the gift of listening. When you're offering the gift of listening hospitality without any prerequisites, I believe that you can remind yourself what a loving and powerful gift you are truly giving, even when many, if not most, do not truly understand the concept. Well, folks, this is your host, James Huey. I hope that all that I shared during these podcasts are received as a gift from me to you. My comments remain my own views, and experiences are offered for you to consider. May you find them of some value as you make personal life choices for your own positive lifestyle. I thank you for listening to me on this podcast of wellness psychology, and please continue to nurture yourself as the unique individual that I believe you are. Please join me next week as we continue to explore topics to enrich the quality of your life. Until next time, here on Friendship Podcast Radio, so long.